Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Canadian Pioneer. Our content is firstly available on Rumble, and you can further follow us on X for updates. Videos will also be available on YouTube. This channel is a place for all patriots to discuss and analyze events that affect Canadians, and to offer hope in the face of all the craziness in the world today. Hit follow and sub to our channel to be notified when our next video drops. A like also helps in the battle against the algorithms. Cheers! Today we're going to discuss the latest mainstream media's hesitancy to identify a reporter from Rebel News as a journalist. I'm sure you've by now seen the video of reporter David Menzies walking on the sidewalk, while doing his job and asking a politician an important question, before he was handcuffed for an alleged assault against a police officer.
Ms. Freeland, how come the IRGC is not a terrorist group? Why is your government supporting Islamo-nationalism? What? Excuse me. What are you doing?
You're under arrest for assault.
Sir,
why are you pushing me? You're under arrest for assault.
Who are you?
You're under arrest for assault.
Police, you're under arrest for assault. How am I under arrest? You bumped into me. You pushed into me. I was just scrubbing. I got my credentials here and you just bumped into me. So excuse
Police, you're under arrest.
me. What is your name and your badge? What is your name and your badge?
You've been told you're under arrest.
Why am I under arrest? He blocked my way.
Now, I highly doubt if David Menzies was employed by the CBC or CTV that he would ever been accosted in such a way. Menzies is supposed to be protected under the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, as Section 2 states. Everyone has the following fundamental freedoms, including the freedom of thought, belief, opinion and expression, including freedom of the press. People's charter rights have been overruled numerously recently, but it's supposed to be there to protect citizens from government overreach. Now, being a journalist doesn't allow you to commit crimes, so does what happened in the video show an actual assault by Menzies? An assault in the criminal code says, a person commits an assault when without the consent of another person, they apply force intentionally to that other person. As the video shows, the police officer steps out with an extended arm, in front of Menzies' path. So how can there be an intentional assault by Menzies if he was just walking and asking questions? Perhaps, this is why no charges were laid and Menzies says he was quickly released after what looks to be an unlawful arrest. The video went viral on X, which is currently sitting at over 14 million views, and reporter David Menzies has been interviewed by many media networks, including in the USA. This has forced the Canadian state-funded media to make some comments on the matter, as it has become such an outrage to free citizens living all over the globe, and it would be highly neglectful if they didn't make some kind of report. Just a few days after this incident, though, the Liberal Party of Canada put out this ad campaign on their Twitter account and tried to accuse the Conservatives of the ones who treat, quote, free press, badly.
You are attacking our news organization.
Not you.
Can you give us a chance?
Your organization
You are
is
attacking
terrible.
our news organization.
Your organization
Can you give
is
us a
terrible.
chance
Let's
to ask
go.
a question?
We have basically a liberal heckler who snuck in here today.
These newspapers and the media are totally dishonest people, folks. Remember that.
Contrary to the false and dishonest reporting of the liberal media.
Yeah, I think the media is the opposition party in many ways.
I think CP should stop acting as the communications arm of the PMO.
You know, when I look at the media, how one-sided it is, how biased it is.
Well, first of all, your question was typical of CBC, biased again.
Because of Justin Trudeau and the Liberals' plummeting polling numbers, this is just another sad attempt by them to scare Canadians by trying to compare Pierre Poilievre to Donald Trump. Whether you like Donald Trump or not, there is no denying the left-wing media has been relentless in targeting him since he was elected president in 2016 and continue to do so to this day. Justin Trudeau and the Liberals can't stand independent media because they have no leverage over how they should report. The Liberal Environment Minister Stephen Guilbeault had to be taken to court by Rebel News because Guilbeault blocked Rebel News founder Ezra Levant on X. Furthermore, Justin Trudeau had previously tried to ban Rebel News from accessing federal leader debates, and Rebel News had to take the Liberals to court in 2021. The judge ruled in Rebel News' favor, allowing Rebel News to be accredited so they could attend the federal debates and ask politicians questions. Here is Justin Trudeau's response when asked a question by a Rebel News reporter after the judge's ruling.
The only reason that I'm allowed to ask you this question is because today the federal court ruled that the government doesn't have the right to determine who is or is not a journalist. This is the second election in a row that the court had to overturn your government. Do you still insist on being able to make that decision, and why?
First of all, questions around accreditation were handled by the press gallery and the consortium of networks who have strong perspectives on quality journalism and the important information that is shared with Canadians. The reality is organizations like yours that continue to spread misinformation and disinformation on the science around vaccines, around how we're going to actually get through this pandemic and be there for each other and keep our kids safe, is part of why we're seeing such unfortunate anger and lack of understanding of basic science. And quite frankly, I won't call it a media organization, your group of individuals need to take accountability for some of the polarization that we're seeing in this country. And I think Canadians are cluing into the fact that there is a really important decision we take about the kind of country we want to see. And I salute all extraordinary, hardworking journalists that put science and facts at the heart of what they do and ask me tough questions every day, but make sure that they are educating and informing Canadians from a broad range of perspectives, which is the last thing that you guys do.
You can see how much Trudeau can't stand rebel news, and he only wants to hide behind the state-funded media where he can control the questions. The CBC itself gets over $1 billion a year, and since taking power, Justin Trudeau has steadily increased these payouts. This state-funded media in Canada have tried their hardest to toe the line of Trudeau's disdain for rebel news. Such as this CBC article saying Menzies is a rebel news personality, and won't use the word reporter or journalist. And listen to this CBC reporter saying David Menzies only identifies as a journalist.
The RCMP is facing criticism for arresting a man who identified himself as a journalist. David Menzies works for Rebel News. He tried to ask the Deputy Prime Minister some questions yesterday in Richmond Hill, Ontario, when the arrest happened.
Now, folks, the good news is that millions of people on all sides of the political spectrum have seen the video of Menzies being arrested for his basic journalism. And the majority of people have been upset for his treatment, seeing through the Liberal and media attempt to downplay the significance of it. The leader of the Conservative Party, Pierre Poilievre, has taken notice of how independent journalists, such as Rebel News, have been treated by the Liberals and mainstream media. He recently tweeted, "This is the state of freedom of press in Canada in 2024 after 8 years of Trudeau." Poilievre has also publicly said that they will stop journalists from being arrested. Independent news continues to gain in popularity and will keep mainstream media and the government accountable. This is why Justin Trudeau can't stand them and wants it to disappear. But this is why it's so important to continue to support it, even if you don't agree with everything they say. Hit the like on this video, follow and sub to the channel, so you'll be notified of the next video we drop before Justin Trudeau and his high command attempt to send it down the memory hole. Have a great day, everyone. God bless.